Good morning everyone, welcome back to Poorboys Little Homestead. As always, if this is your first time here, thanks for dropping in. Feel free to drop in anytime you feel, my friend. Guys, today I am back in the kitchen, and as hot as it is outside the last few days, it's plumb nice to be in the kitchen. But today I'm going to be making a little meal called crawfish soup. And it's real simple to make, guys, and it's real good. What I'm going to be using, I got a pack of crawfish tails. Clean crawfish tails straight out the grocery store. Yes, sir, I'm from Northeast Louisiana, but we ain't just got crawfish around here everywhere, so you can buy them at the grocery store. And guys, also in this recipe, if you don't like crawfish tails, a lot of times I use shrimp. You can just put shrimp in this. But back to the cooking, I got a pack of clean crawfish tails, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, 1 can of cheddar cheese, 1 small can or jar or whatever you want to use sliced mushrooms. If you don't like mushrooms, don't add more mushrooms. We like mushrooms. 1 can of rotel. If you like your meals hot, buy the hot. If you like it mild, kind of buy the mild, but I always get the original. I got 1, and this is a heatless habanero chopped up, and 1 small onion chopped up. And a lot of times I've made this without even putting the onions and pepper in it. I got 1 tablespoon of butter. I'm going to use approximately 1 teaspoon shrimp and crab boil. And guys, I normally use Tony's Creole seasoning, but I have got some new seasoning here from Miss Lippy's Bayou Blend. This is one of her seasonings called Swamp Mix. Now Miss Lippy's Bayou Blend, if you don't know who Missy Lippy is, I'll leave it in the description below. Miss Lippy is on Gemini Homestead. And Miss Lippy makes seasonings. Well, I got her 3-pack seasoning, and I got the Swamp Mix, Porking Good, and Clucking Good chicken. I'm going to be trying these all 3 tomorrow on me some chicken on the smoker. But I done opened this pack and sampled this Swamp Mix. And guys, there's some pretty good stuff. So I'm going to be using, hers is a little on the hot side for me. Tony's ain't hot, but this here is going to have a little kick to it. That's why I went with the original in the rotel for sure. But this here, I'm going to be trial and error, because this is the first time I ever use it, but I'm going to say I'm going to put about a small lightweight teaspoon to start with. So let's get started. First, what we're going to do, we're going to put our butter over here in our cast iron skillet. I'm going to get y'all over here to just stand at a different angle and watch so y'all can see just a little better. But guys, to start out with, we're going to turn our heat on about medium to medium high heat. I'm going to take this tablespoon of butter. And guys, if you've watched any of my cooking, I really don't do no measuring out. So this is just approximately a tablespoon of butter, because it really don't matter. Spread it around in your skillet. What we're going to do, we're going to saute these crawfish tails. Now guys, I drain these crawfish tails, but I don't wash them. Because when you wash them, that washes your flavor in a way that they've been sitting in that juice in that pack. Well, each is their own. If you feel like you need to wash them, then go ahead and wash them. I'm gonna kick my heat up just a little bit higher, and we're gonna dump our little onions and heatless habaneros in there. And while that's coming up to heat, guys, I'm finna get me another pot and sit back here on the back and get some rice going. Because you want to eat this over rice. So we're going to set our rice back there on the back. Get it to cooking, ringing up the boil. My wife buys that rice there in them bags right there. You just put the little bag into your water. While them are sauteing around, we're gonna go on and open our cream of mushroom and dump it right into the pot. Our cheddar cheese. These sliced mushrooms, but now I like to drain the juice off of them. Like I said, if you don't like mushrooms or you don't like the whole slice as big as them, you can buy your mushrooms into little cubed up pieces, or don't even put them in there at all if you don't like them. I'm gonna start out with about a half a can of this rotel. And I might add the rest later. And I'm gonna go on and put about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of the Zatarain's crab boil. Next, I'm finna add about a half a teaspoon of this Miss Lippy swamp mix. Like I said, guys, Miss Lippy's on Gemini Homestead. I'll put her link down in the description below. You can go there, and I'll try to get the site to where she sells her seasonings in case you want to order any of this stuff. But I can tell you, it tastes pretty good sampling it. But you see, I just opened the packs. I ain't really got to use them yet, but I can taste her swamp mix here and tell you right now it's good stuff. I like to saute them around good. If I'd used that Miss Lippy seasoning before and knew I wasn't going to overdo it, I'd sprinkle a little bit on my crawfish while I'm doing it here. But being the first time I've used that seasoning, I don't want to overdo it because I can always add a little more later. But guys, this is simple to make. And I promise you, if you like any kind of seafood, if you like crawfish, you like shrimp, you'll love this, and it's just so simple. I had several little meals when I'm off working by myself, living out of that RV. I had several little meals that I'd at least eat once a month, and this is one of them that at least came once a month. If it came more than once a month, it'd be because I done one time with crawfish and the next time I done it with shrimp. But you're gonna see just the pot it's gonna make here is enough for 4 people to eat So when you're cooking it for yourself, when I done it, then I had leftovers for the next day to take to work for dinner and next night for supper. I'm not one that wastes food. When I cook something, I eat it till it's gone. A lot of times working, I'd cook up 2 or 3 different things on Sundays when I was off. And then I'd rotate out at night which one I eat. Eat one night and the other the next night. Eat the next one the next night and the other the next night, so I wouldn't have to come in late and be trying to cook. We're going to set this skillet over here out the way. We're going to set that right over on our heat. Guys, I done got distracted and hadn't ever turned the heat on under my pot over here when I was putting my stuff in there, so it could go and be heating up. But that's alright. That just means it's going to take a little longer to come up to heat. But now you don't want to bring this up too fast, so I'm going back down there toward that medium heat, and you want to bring it up real slow and stir it ever so often. You want to bring it up slow so you don't scorch nothing on the bottom. And after it comes up to simmering, then we'll look at it, and if we think it needs to be thinned down a little bit, because like I said, you're going to be eating this over rice, or you can eat it just like it is over with crackers when you leave it thicker, but I usually thin mine down a little bit so I can eat it over rice. But right now, guys, I'm just finna set the lid on her, let it slowly come up to heat. And once we come up to heat, then I'll let y'all take a peek inside the pot again. Our rice is coming up to a boil back here, so I'm gonna turn the heat down just a little bit. I'm gonna check in on this, and you can see it's starting to make a few little bubbles in there. So I'm gonna move it around. I don't like calling it stir. To me, you start stirring too much stuff, it makes stuff fall apart. I like kind of folding it over. Alright guys, we're checking back in. So y'all can see after it heats up, it kind of thins down. I don't think I'm gonna have to add no water to it. But right now, when I like to do my sampling, and I just need the juice. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna need no more the swamp mix in there. Like I said, now if you like your stuff hot, you could probably put a little more in it. Half a teaspoon in this, along with that Rotel, it's got a pretty good little kick to it. And her seasoning, guys, tastes awesome. That's some really good seasoning, Lippy. But what I like to do now is turn my heat all the way down, guys. Put the lid on it. And I like to let it sit here and simmer. It ain't really simmering, it's just really below simmering, just before a simmer. And I like to let it sit here and do that for 15 or 20 minutes, and that makes all that seasoning get inside them crawfish tails. And after it sits there on that burner a little while and simmers and gets all that seasoning inside them crawfish tails and all them seasonings cooked together, we're gonna fix us a bowl of it and let y'all see what she looks like. Well guys, it's that time. Get you a little bit of that rice. And it don't matter if you use the same spoon, because when I get done, what's left over, I'm going to put the amount of rice I think it needs in there and put it in the refrigerator. And when I heat it up for tomorrow, it'll have enough rice already in it. Guys, look at that. I like to get my little glass of tea. I like just eating mine with crackers. But guys, this is a simple meal. It tastes as good as some of your high-dollar restaurants that cooks that seafood. That's some good eating. Well guys, I hope you liked this little video. Hope some of you try this recipe. Like I said, I'm going to attach the ingredients. It'll be attached within the screen here somewhere. If you like these little videos, please give me a thumbs up. For you who don't know, that's that little hand that looks like this down there at the bottom. Reach down there and hit it. And that subscribe button. Please subscribe if you hadn't. Because guys, it really helps us out, the ones who's making YouTube videos. But thanks for watching. God bless. Y'all have a great day. See y'all next time. One can of cream of chicken. Chicken? No, I don't want chicken. My heat here to start out with. Put my... First I pick that spoon back up after I drop it.